health equivalent to Citizen Kane. And if I don't get it now in the tablet, I think I'm doomed and I'll have to go insane. I want a requiem for my disease, so I'm paging Dr. Steve.
It's Weird Medicine, the first and still only uncensored medical show in the history of broadcast radio and the longest-running show on this channel. I'm Dr. Steve, with my little pal, Dr. Scott, the traditional Chinese medicine provider who gives me street cred with the whack alternative medicine assholes. Hello, Dr. Scott.
Hey, Dr. Steve.
And in the studio, in the Tacey seat, is Lady Diagnosis. Hello, Lady Diagnosis.
Hello, Dr. Steve.
And in the Lydia seat, it's Tacey. Hello, Tacey.
Hello.
It's good to see you all. This is a show for people who had never listened to a medical show on the radio. If you have a question you're embarrassed to take your regular medical provider, if you can't find an answer anywhere else, give us a call, 347-766-4323. That's 347.
Poohead.
Visit our website at drsteve.com for podcast, medical news, and stuff you can buy. I can't mention contractually. Most importantly, we are not your medical providers. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Don't act on anything you hear on this show without talking it over with your doctor, nurse practitioner, physician assistant, pharmacist, chiropractor, acupuncturist, yoga master, physical therapist, or whatever. All right, very good. Don't forget to check out Dr. Scott's website at simplyherbals.net. That's simplyherbals.net. And check me out on Normal World with Dave Landau. They're on Blaze TV, but also youtube.com/@normalworld. And we just finished airing the Halloween special where we got to do serial killer therapy again, which basically was me doing telehealth, because it's 2024, therapy on Carrie, Pinhead, Saw, and then a special guest.
Those are so funny.
Yeah, this was fun. It was fun. I love that they let me do that. I mean, I just get to be the straight guy. But I did get to do a spit take on this one. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
so
it's good.
It was fun. that was actually my idea. So I enjoy collaborating with them. They let me throw in a thing or two. And the spit take was taken with fluid that was obtained through a weird medicine mug. So I got a little plug in there too.
A fluid plug.
Yes, but Normal World, youtube.com/@normalworld. I have one on female ejaculation that is the answer to the question. There's no ambiguity. The science is there, so you can watch that one. And those go up on our Patreon afterward as well. I can't put them out on our public channel because it's Dave's stuff. I don't have their permission to do that, but we can put it in the Patreon. So check that out at patreon.com/weirdmedicine. But I'm doing one now on ass play. And does it increase the risk of incontinence?
Yeah. Anal
stool?
leakage.
Yeah, anal leakage. So, and anal fissures.
Ooh.
Joey Buttafuoco's girlfriend. Do-do. Anyway, it's an old joke. I think I first told that one in 2007. All right. So did you guys bring any stories today?
I have a weird condition.
Okay.
So this person says, it's weird. I'd eat some carbs, and all of a sudden I was goofy and vulgar. Every day for a year, I would wake up and vomit. Sometimes it would come on over the course of a few days.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was just like, bam, I'm drunk.
Yep.
From eating
Carbs.
carbohydrates.
So, does anybody know what this is? I know exactly what
I
this
do.
is. You do? Oh, well, you looked it up.
I
You
did.
looked it up.
I know what it is.
Okay, let's see if he can get a bell. Go.
Otto Brewery syndrome.
Tacey.
Yes.
Tacey.
I mean, I don't know.
Fuck. God damn it, Lady Diagnosis.
Well,
it's
it was
supposed to be a
right.
quiz. Yes, I know. I'm asking Tacey to see if she can get it. Jesus. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's Auto Brewery.
Hey, ring the bell. Give me.
Yeah, you get a
ring
bell.
the bell.
I
Suck it.
suck.
Yeah, read the room. Jesus. No, I'm just kidding. It is Auto Brewery syndrome. It's exactly right. So now you know so much about it, Lady Diagnosis. Why don't you talk about it?
No, that's all I know.
Wait a minute.
Well, I can read what it says.
Don't throw Diana the ball.
I am.
Yeah,
Dr.
we're only here
Steve,
30
I'm new
seconds.
Well,
here.
no, you're not. It's gut fermentation syndrome, and it's a pretty rare medical condition that causes the body to produce alcohol from carbohydrates consumed through food. Now, I have had little old ladies that come in that have urine drug screens that have alcohol in them. And I'm like, now, honey, you're not to be drinking no corn squeezins with these Percocets, And she's like, well, honey, I ain't never touched a drap in my life. And what it is they have maybe a yeast infection and diabetes. So they've got sugar in their urine, and they've got yeast eating the sugar and shitting out alcohol.
Yep.
And when they do a urine drug test, they've got a positive alcohol screen. It's always really low. But anyway, yeah. But autobrewery syndrome, a little bit different. So, Scott, you know something about it.
All I can think of is those ladies on Andy Griffith that were brewing the corn squeezins, and they were only selling them to people on special occasions.
Oh, is that right? Well, and then Granny Clampett always had her rheumatism medicine.
These two gals on, I'll make it quick. Andy Griffith, they were of course making moonshine.
Yeah,
but they would only sell it to people if it was a special occasion.
Oh, it sounds sort of like some of the dispensaries around here.
So you'd have those guys come and knock on the door. And, well, sweetie, what's your special occasion today? And you wouldn't believe it, but it's a president's birthday today. Well, I didn't know that. Well, I guess you could get you some corn squeezins. Okay. And, so Andy Griffith goes.
No, it's the greatest.
Wait a minute. I didn't know we were celebrating Flag Day up here.
Andy Griffith is very important to people from our area, particularly since my first sexual encounter was with the Fun Girls. They say, hello, doll, and oh, Bernie. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google the Fun Girls. It wasn't the literal Fun Girls, but it was obviously who they took the inspiration from.
I love it.
Because they even talked the same.
Yep, I love it.
Anyway, yeah, so that was a good one, Lady Diagnosis. As much shit as I gave you, auto-brewery syndrome is the answer. Now, it can be really serious if this happens when, if it kicks in while people are driving and stuff.
Yeah, because it causes fatigue and all kinds of crazy symptoms.
It makes them drunk,
makes
too.
them sleepy,
and then what'll happen is this person, they may never drink, and they've got maybe Crohn's disease and or diabetes. And then they have this auto-brewery syndrome. They eat the products of fermentation in their gut or alcohol. They get pulled over and they get a DUI. And now I'm going to have to go testify for them. Now, they're still driving impaired. They just weren't drinking.
Right.
So, I don't know how that would work exactly. They had a medical condition. But
guess it depends if they knew they had it or not.
Right. That's right. I think that would make a difference whether they put you in, or took your license away, but they may say you can't drive until you get this under control. For example, someone with seizures, it's a medical condition. If they know they have it, they can't just go out and drive unless they've been cleared to drive, and that's a tough one because if you get if you have a seizure while you're driving, most places you can't drive for X number of weeks, and it can be in the months. Without a seizure before they'll let you drive again. So anyway, so what they do if you have auto-brewery syndrome is they treat it with antifungals or anti-yeast medications. You just kill the yeast in your gut and repopulate it with good bacteria. So you'll repopulate.
Repopulate, right.
But Saccharomyces can cause it. That's the yeast that makes beer and stuff.
Gotcha.
And it's a beneficial bacteria. We have it in our gut. Anyway, what do you think?
Good job, Diane. Thanks.
That's a good one.
Thanks for the bail.
Thank you.
You robbed Tacey of a bell, though.
I'm sorry, Tacey.
It's
I
okay.
owe you.
I didn't know what was going on either.
Okay, well, there you go. You're nice, Tacey. Just say that.
She's sweet.
All right. Tacey, you got anything? Thank you, Di.
Something, it's pretty shitty. It's neurological disorders. Do we want to hear about that?
Fecal transplantation?
No. Neurological disorders.
That's pretty shitty.
All right, sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm coming off Wellbutrin, and I think it's made me a little bit weird.
I thought you'd had too many carbs this morning.
Yeah.
No, it's really made me weird. All right, what you got?
Well,
Give us one of them. Give us one of the neurological conditions.
Yeah.
Alzheimer's disease, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease.
All about 'em.
All the fun ones, yeah.
Those
I
are
have-
neurodegenerative conditions.
I actually have something about Alzheimer's if you want.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Want me to do it? I think those are good topics.
Good start.
If you don't have a good
Taste.
article that you like.
No.
We've talked about this before, but this is apropos to me, and of course it's all about me. New study finds link between sleep issues and dementia risk.
Wow.
So
Shocker.
older adults who feel drowsy during the day
Check.
but lack enthusiasm for everyday activities. I can't say that's true for me.
Nope, not
Are more
true.
likely to develop a condition that increases the risk of dementia. People with the condition known as motoric cognitive risk syndrome. Can we look that one up?
Got it.
Motoric cognitive risk syndrome.
you have it,
Often
Scott?
walk slowly and report cognitive complaints. So motoric would be movement, you know. Doctors not diagnosed them with a walking disability or dementia. Among study participants who reported excessive daytime sleepiness, now I have narcolepsy, so sometimes when I'm driving down the mountain, I start falling asleep. That didn't happen in a long time. Since I started taking this new mushroom supplement, I have not had that, which is pretty interesting.
That's cool.
It's an actual soft drink, like an energy drink, but it has lion's mane and cordyceps in it. And I can't remember the name of it to save my life. Right
Well, while you're looking up, going back to the topic that Tacey brought up, the neurodegenerative syndromes.
Yes.
You know, if you talk about that also benefiting the mushroom drink benefiting your peripheral neuropathy too.
Yeah, it should
You're
be-
talking-
it should
it
improve
with
that
your
stuff,
brain
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Odyssey Revive is the name of it, and I got it at I bought it at like a CBD shop, and they just had them in there. I was like, well, this is cool. It doesn't have taurine, it doesn't have caffeine in it, but it's supposed to be good for brain fog and stuff. And so I bought one. And I really liked it, and I started getting it at Amazon. I get it for half price at Amazon compared to what this guy's selling it for. So I think he's buying it at Amazon,
Amazon,
and
I
they're just
guarantee.
doubling the price. But it's Odyssey Revive, hydration and mood. And the one that I got was sparkling prickly pear. But it has lion's mane and cordyceps mushrooms, which are my two go-to.
Yeah.
I make my own tincture. And
And it's a very good tincture, I must say.
have you been using it?
Yeah, well, I'm out of it now.
Oh, are you?
The
Well,
one
I'm
that you
go-
gave me was the bottle. You gave me
Yeah,
that one bottle.
you use that whole bottle?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yep.
Well, Tacey's got some, and I gave some to Joey Gay, the comedian who was in town recently.
Okay.
And that's Lady Di's new boyfriend. But I gave him some because he's interested in it.
I'm always the last to know.
Always the last. Poor Diane.
He was a cutie, though.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
Super
is
nice,
a cutie.
too.
And very, very nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. I guess we can tell the story because it got out into the newspaper.
Yeah, I heard.
But so our buddy Pete Davidson was in town, and he came down just to visit, and he brought his friend Joey. And Joey Gay is a really nice guy, really funny comedian, and they traveled together. They kind of he took Pete. I wouldn't say he took him under his wing, but Pete said he was the first person in comedy that treated him like a comic, like a human being.
Gotcha.
And Joey's just the nicest guy. Pete is sweetest, nicest person. And we were trying to be incognito, and got into town, wanted to go see Venom,
Okay.
and because he hadn't seen it, so we had a little theater. And
In the shittiest mall you ever did
it's
see.
unbelievable. There's no stores in this mall.
No.
There's no stores in the mall. There's like
vacuous.
Spencer Gifts and a Zales jeweler and this movie theater.
Yeah.
And Annie's pretzels.
The pretzels.
Yeah, Annie's pretzels. I'd like to have one. Yeah.
So everything was fine. We sat down and we watched the movie. And when we left, we just walked out. Everything was fine. All of a sudden, Pete, and all the employees from including the projectionists and stuff from the movie theater came streaming out of the mall into the parking lot to get pictures with Pete.
Oh, how funny.
And now I kind of understand, he's so gracious. I'm sure it's not
fun.
but he's so gracious about it and such a nice guy. But I photobombed every single one of those pictures. So
Which you should have, because he really did get harassed everywhere we went. Even little corner restaurants that
Yeah.
you would think nobody there would know. And why would anybody think that Pete would be in Kingsport?
Right. Oop. And where?
Oops. Where?
Okay, 1520.
Fix it now.
So no, I can't. So
I'm sorry.
that's okay. Yeah, no, don't
Keep
worry
going.
about it. It's fine. I'll edit it out later. Don't worry about it. Not like anyway. So so I photobombed every single one of the pictures, and so there's all these people putting these things on their Instagram. Oh, I randomly met Pete Davidson in the mall, and then there's this elderly weirdo going "Ooh," in the background. It was so fun. So, but it was great.
That's
and
hilarious.
but yeah, I gave Joey some of the tincture, so I need to make some more. So I'm getting ready to make some.
Yeah, you do need
That was
to
a
make
really
some,
fun
yeah.
couple of days, though. We had a great time, and those guys are from the Northeast, right? Staten Island, that area. Never had Southern barbecue, or if they hadn't had the really good stuff. So we took them to the best Southern barbecue place.
Which one did you go to?
It's
Oh,
Phil's
Dream.
Dream Pit. Look it up. It's give them a plug if you're ever in that area near like Bristol Speedway. We live near Bristol Speedway. We've said that before.
Oh, yeah.
So it is Phil's Dream Pit is within driving distance from the Bristol Speedway if you're coming for NASCAR and stuff like that, and it is worth the trip.
It's fabulous. Yep.
And tell them Dr. Steve sent you. I don't get
Wow.
anything from it, but it was this guy's dream to do this business, and
Literally.
he's absolutely blown it out.
Yep.
And so they went there twice, and then we went to another place, another barbecue place, where we accidentally it just happened to run into Lady
Oh,
Diagnosis.
how funny. Yeah.
So I'm sure she wasn't stalking us or anything.
No.
He didn't photobomb my picture.
No. Well, no, I didn't. I took
I
that
still
one.
have not gotten a picture with him.
Oh,
He's the
goodness.
only one I have a picture with out of everyone that I've met. I thought,
Yeah,
I might
I
as well
mean,
get one.
Yeah, it was just so bad. Everybody
Yeah,
harassing him.
and then we didn't want to
Yeah.
go, can we get one
Right,
too?
right. So I
So,
never do ask.
I mean, we're his friends, so but someday we'll get you that
different.
picture, Tace.
I love it.
of course, the girls thought I was his mother.
Love
Oh
it.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh my God!
These
They're
girls
like,
came-
you've done such a good job with him.
Oh, how funny.
I'm like, excuse me? I said, you should be
oh
so
my
proud.
God.
That is
Poor
funny.
thing.
Holy mother.
Yeah,
of
they
God,
were all
really?
like 20-somethings, and they were like, "Can we?" They were very nice because that was at the restaurant that our friend owns,
Right on.
and I had texted them. I said, "Listen, just tell everybody to be cool," and they were totally cool. But they were cute and they were young, and they came out, and yeah, that was the first thing they looked at Diane and said, "Are you his mom?" I wish I had the wah
God,
wah
that's
wah wah.
But this one Facebook article talked about how, well, he must feel like he's better than everybody else because
What?
he was getting swarmed in a store in our town, and he went out the emergency exit, and got in his truck and left. And she said, well, he must feel like he's just better than everybody
Oh, my
else.
God,
and it's just
no.
like, no,
That's
he
not it.
gets
There's always
harassed
someone like that.
24/7.
He absolutely does not think
No,
that.
I know
he
that.
is the most I know, I'm telling people, but he is the most humble, sweet, just lovable guy. And
Drives like a maniac.
yeah, but it's fun though. He really, I don't want to say, he has a very unique vehicle. Let's just say that. And
no sneaking around.
yeah, but it was just a really delightful time, and it was fun having them. And
It was.
seeing that sort of level of celebrity where people just will not leave you alone. I mean, you can't just go to a restaurant and sit down, So we had to sit out on a park, like a picnic table in front of the restaurant where nobody was.
In the dark.
Outside in the dark, to eat. But and still it happened. But
They just came out there.
yeah,
And he's so tall, too, so you notice him anyway.
right. You're gonna notice him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the hoodie's not.
But he did have the hoodie pulled over and
But
bent
that makes
down.
it, to me, that makes him even more recognizable.
You think?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Because you're always looking, trying to see.
If he's
who's
wearing
the one.
a suit and tie or
Right.
something, I don't think anybody would give him a second look.
I bet you no one would have recognized him.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
made the newspaper and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not my photo. The one
crazy.
picture I didn't
Did you
photobomb
not?
is the one that they got. Yeah, I wasn't there when they took that one.
That's funny.
But anyway, he's delightful. We're huge fans and we're friends, and we love old Joey Gay too. He's a really fun guy to be around. So, and I told Joey, heck, you can come down here. You don't have to bring Pete with you. We
Yeah,
don't just like
no
you because you're
kidding.
friends with him. But anyway, it was fun, and
It was fun.
hopefully he'll get back down here soon. And we're going to do an incognito trip, and nobody's going to know about it. Anyway, tried to do that this time. It just didn't work.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, anyway, so let's talk fatigue and Alzheimer's. Okay.
Gotcha.
So, did you find anything about that motoric thing? I was temporizing to give you time.
Oh, he was.
So
No,
kind.
you know, it's a pretty straightforward thing. It's called motoric cognitive risk syndrome.
Correct.
And it's a pre-dementia state that's characterized by slow walking speed and self-reported cognitive complaints. It's pretty vague.
That I don't have.
Yeah, it's pretty
Because
vague.
everybody,
Yeah.
all my trainees and residents and medical students are always walking 10 steps
You
behind
can't
me
keep
because
up
they
with
can't
them.
keep up with me. So
Yeah.
I'm
But
good
you
on
slowed,
that.
but you slowed down back when you were heavy dosing the statins a couple years ago.
Did I?
Oh God, yeah, yeah. You were shuffling around like you had Parkinson's.
Well, that was when I had my back issue, though, wasn't it?
No. That's prior to. Prior
okay.
to that, yeah.
All right.
Prior to.
all
No, when you had your back end, you were still going around like a wild child.
Yeah, well, I was
Just-
walking with a cane and crawling up and down stairs,
Yeah,
though.
but you're still moving pretty well.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
For an old timer. No, but these are things that patients state that don't require any kind of testing.
yeah.
I mean, it's just
Right,
them.
that's what
It's
you're talking
self-reporting as opposed to being able to run a scan on them or a blood test or something.
It's sort of short stance, or I mean, short. What do you call it when the steps that they take are short?
Well, but we see that in a great amount of people that are aging anyway because people lose their proprioception.
Yeah.
And they have
We'll tell people what that is.
proprioception is just your body, your awareness of space and time where your body
Right.
is. So being able to close
Every
your eyes
joint
and
in
know
your body that moves has a sensor in it that sends.
your brain says,
All it does is say, this is the angle that this thing is at. And it's not a digital thing. It doesn't say, well, it's at 180 degrees. It's all analog. But and that's how you know when you close your eyes, I can point at Scott's nose and not be looking at it because my body knows where all those joints, what the angles. But anyway, that's proprioception.
which is an incredible thing. You think about it. So we see a lot of folks as they age, they'll get poor proprioception, they'll get a little balance or instability anyway, and a little bit of neuropathy in their feet. They don't feel their feet so well, and they're short. They get shortened steps anyway. So it's just kind of this is a very vague.
Okay,
syndrome,
so
that's what I'm
well,
saying.
I don't have that, so that's
No.
good. That's why, I brought that one
So I
up.
thought dementia was something, if you noticed it, you were less likely to have it. It's when you didn't know you had the problem
No,
that
a
it
lot
was
of people
more
with
dementia?
early dementia know they have
Early
it.
do? Okay.
Yeah, because
That I didn't know.
one of the first symptoms of, say, Alzheimer's
Mm-hmm.
type dementia is a thing called anomia, meaning that they can't name things. So they would look at this thing on my wrist and say, well, that's a thing that tells time, rather than saying that's a wristwatch. And word searching is one thing, but just not being able to name things in general is an issue. And I've talked on this show about my professor in medical school who had an IQ of 220. And when he got dementia, the way that he described a deck of cards was he couldn't come up with the word deck of cards, but he said it's a concentric stack of thin laminates. Now that's what anomia sounds like in somebody with an IQ of 220.
Okay.
Now, Lady Diagnosis, will you take that camera there and just sort of twist it toward you? Just twist it toward. There you go. There you go. That's good. Okay, thanks. All right. Here's another news story. New FDA warning added to popular weight loss drugs.
Uh-oh.
FDA has updated the labels for all GLP-1 weight loss drugs with a warning about pulmonary aspiration during general anesthesia or deep sedation.
Well, when I had my cataract surgery, they told me
Not to take it.
for 2 weeks before.
That's why now. Now we understand why. Yeah, there's a safety-related labeling change for the glucagon-like peptide-1 receptor agonist class. That's Ozempic, Rybelsus, Wegovy, tirzepatide, which is Mounjaro, or Zepbound. And there have been rare post-marketing reports, and so that's phase 4 studies. Remember, the first studies, phase 1, is, just proof of concept, 10, 20 people. Phase 2, maybe 300 people. And then phase 3 is 30,000 people, approximately, plus or minus. And then phase 4 would be post-marketing. That's where you have millions and millions of people taking the drug, and you can tease out extremely rare complications during phase 4. And they said there have been rare phase 4 reports of pulmonary aspiration in patients receiving these agonists undergoing elective surgeries that require deep sedation. And if they had residual gastric contents, because one of the things
That's
is this
what
stuff
it is.
retains stuff in your stomach longer,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah. And it slows movement of food through the gut, so that all makes sense. If they lied and ate stuff after midnight, or if this stuff's really working and they didn't eat after midnight, but they still have stomach contents because that's what the drug does, then they're more likely to aspirate. Because when you have a colonoscopy, they just lay you on your side. They don't protect your airway at all, because they